Hey, it's Jamila. I wanted to take a moment and make this really quick review video on the Angelcare versus the Owlet monitor, baby monitor. So my son, when he was born last year, was in the NICU, and when we brought him home, I knew that I was going to want something to help, make sure he was breathing and doing okay. You know, when your baby's been in the NICU and they've been on wires and had alarms and things, you just need that extra reassurance. And so, thankfully, a good friend of mine also, her son had been in the NICU. And so she actually gave me her Owlet. So it was purchased in 2016. So this is a Generation 1 Owlet, the Owlet 1 sock. And she used it for about 6 months and then gave it to me after my son was born. So he started using it when he came home. So at that point, the sock was probably about a year old. So from the beginning, we, didn't have any issues with it. The good news is not once did we ever have a situation where it notified us or it went off and there was something really wrong, thankfully, right? But we were grateful for, the notifications, even if they were false alarms. It was often, 9 times out of 10, a sock placement issue. So, like I said, this is the first generation Owlet. What started to happen was, so we had it and it was a year old. And then as we approached and got into that second year, we started to have issues with a lot of false alarms. And it was primarily because my son now, he was big and he could just move around a lot and do things with his feet. And so I think that it was no longer getting a good reading. It couldn't get a good read on him. It kept being like in the 80s and we knew nothing was wrong with him. So we had to stop using it. And that's when we switched to the Angelcare. So I'm going to get into that in a moment, but I want to finish telling you about the Owlet. So do I recommend the Owlet? Absolutely. I recommend the Owlet. Now they have, of course, the sock too. They actually redesigned the way that the sock fits. And they sent that to us actually for free when they made that update. So that was, some months ago. And so, like I said, even though this is an Owlet Generation 1, we got at least a good 2 years out of it. So I'm figuring the Owlet Generation 2 or the Owlet Sock 2, probably you'll get at least 2 years, if not maybe a little longer. So if you're thinking of purchasing it and then using it for multiple children, I would say it's probably going to be good for at least 2 kids, okay? Now, what I liked about the Owlet, or what recommendations do I make? If you get an Owlet, so my son slept in what's called a sleep and play. Those are the pajamas where their feet are enclosed in, and we got specifically the ones with snaps. So as long as you're using an Owlet on your child, an Owlet baby monitor, make sure you have them sleep in a sleep and play, the footed pajamas with snaps. Why? Number one, they're completely enclosed, and so they can't pull off the sock. Number two, because it snaps, if the sock somehow needs to be readjusted, if you get a false alarm, all you have to do is unsnap that one little foot, because the last thing you want to do is wake a sleeping baby. And so if you can just unsnap that little foot, make the adjustment, snap it back, then you're good. So the other thing is, they have something called Connected Care. Now it's totally free, but we tried it out for like 30 days. We didn't pay for it, but we used the service for the free trial. And I love that because it showed you your baby's sleeping patterns, and it just kind of gave you some interesting information, that's just good to know different things about your baby, right, and their sleep habits. So I do recommend the Owlet. Obviously, now it's going to be a sock 2, Generation 2, and the redesign of the sock is even better, so it stays on the foot better. It's harder for the baby to get off. I'm not going to get into all of that. I mean, I do have some things here in the box, but you can find, reviews and details online that have all that stuff. I just like to get to the point, which is you want to know, hey, how does this work, whatever. So I like it. It connects to an app on your phone, and what I appreciated about that is in the middle of the night, if I just wanted to look at my phone, even though my son was, in the room, if I just wanted to look at my phone and see his heart rate, just to see how he's doing, I could do that. And so I really, really, really like that feature about the Owlet. Second thing, I'm a breastfeeding mom. And so once he got big enough, because when he was small, I used to use the pillow and lay him on that and sit in the bed and nurse him. But once he got big enough and I was able to nurse him laying down, we would do partial co-sleeping throughout the night, and him having on that Owlet sock, even though we've never ever had an incident, and he's like 13 months now, never had a situation where I even got close to almost rolling over on him or any of that. But still, it was nice to have that extra added security, because the neat thing is it doesn't just measure their heart rate, it measures, I mean, their breathing, but their heart rate. And of course, if you're in danger of suffocation, the first thing you're going to do is start, fighting, and your heart rate's going to go up. That's going to sound the alarm, and you're going to be awakened from your sleep or whatever. So that was nice to have that extra added security. The other part of it is, too, for ladies, for you that have husbands that are heavy sleepers. I don't know any husbands that won't be sleeping through Armageddon. But, yeah, the Owlet alarm actually woke my husband up. Now, he was totally disoriented and didn't know what was going on, but at least he went for the baby and made sure the baby was okay. So I do absolutely recommend the Owlet baby monitor, especially if your baby was in the NICU, because that extra reassurance, it just helps you sleep at night. Now, at a certain point, your baby will get large enough to where it almost becomes kind of, I don't know, rigmarole-ish with the Owlet, because like I said, what we started getting was those constant false alarms, and I think it was for two reasons. Number one, he was larger and able to manipulate his feet more, but I think too, the technology, is gotten older, and so it's not working or functioning, at optimum level. And so I think it just kind of was on its last leg. So here's the cool thing. The same friend had told me about the Angelcare monitor, and that's what she'd been using with her son. Well, I've been looking and all this and that. And the reason why I also appreciated her giving me this Owlet is because it's like a $400 device. So the Angelcare, you can, they have all different kinds of ones that are available, and you can pay almost like $100 or $200, whatever. I just happened to look on Walmart.com, and they had this one. And let me see, which model is it? I'm not sure, but I will hold the box up so that you can see all of the details. But it's just very simple. It's just this and that. That's it. And the reason why I don't have the live one here is because it's in the bed with my baby. And here's the thing about it. What I also purchased, so I purchased this from Walmart. It was $50. That's it. Free shipping. And then I purchased the wood piece, because you need to purchase the piece of wood to lay it on so that it's flat, and that was like an additional $10. So I know that the system that she had like all these different contraptions and things like that came with it, and all we did with this in order to make it still, what I miss about the Owlet is, of course, you're not going to get the readings on your baby's sleep patterns. This is very basic. It's just this and that. And then, like I said, I purchased the extra wood piece that goes underneath it so that it has a flat surface to sit on. So this is only $50 from Walmart.com. And like I said, I got the wood piece from Walmart.com as well for $10. And when you go on there to look at this, you kind of see it mentioned there at the bottom. You know how it has recommended items and things like that. So it doesn't have any extra features though. Like there's no app or anything like that. So what we do is we also not only had the Owlet monitor, but we had a sound monitor as well, sitting next to my son's bed so that we could hear him, and so that's still there. So if this goes off, we will hear it, because there's no connection to your phone, unlike the Owlet. The Owlet, because it's connected to an app, it will not only, the base station will go off, but your phone will go off. So wherever you are, you're going to get an alarm, that your baby is having some sort of distress with the Owlet. With the Angelcare, you have to be in the room, or you need the, a sound monitor that's, broadcasting to you wherever you are in your house. Now, this is a very basic one. I know that they can get pretty complicated and have ones with like two parent monitors and things like that. That's fine if that's what you want to get, but I'm just talking about this one. I really like the Angelcare. We haven't had any false alarms, and believe it or not, we're actually using it in a pack and play. My son sleeps on the very bottom, and I have the wood piece. So, a pack and play kind of has this thing in the middle. So I had the wood piece on the top, on the one side, and the monitor on that, and then the mattress over that. And then I have, a covers or blanket tucked in, so he lays flat on that. And what started to happen is we noticed his sleep pattern. He tended to gravitate towards this side. So then I moved it. I moved the wood over here and put the monitor on that and the mattress. Now on the other side, I just folded up a blanket, you know, to keep it so that it's even, okay? But that's all we do. And I was concerned because, you know, it's really designed to work in a crib, you know, and so I was like, what? He's not sleeping in his crib yet. He's not sleeping in his room yet. I'm like, we'll figure it out. And so we did. And so, yeah, it works just fine in a pack and play if you do it like that. You know, have the wood piece, put the monitor on it, and then just make sure you have something on the other side so that your mattress isn't doing like a seesaw effect. You don't want that. So, bottom line, Owlet versus Angelcare, you need both if you ask me. I would not say get one instead of the other. I would say start with this when you have a little newborn, and then once they're big enough, you can graduate to this. Now, if we had another child, I'm going to feel more comfortable with this, honestly. However, if this was all we had, it would still be sufficient because it lets me know that the baby is breathing, that the baby is moving. If it doesn't detect any movement after 15 seconds, then it, you know, starts an alarm or it beeps. So, anywho, that is my review of the Owlet Baby Monitor versus the Angelcare Baby Monitor. I love both for different reasons. I love both for different phases of your baby's life. And yes, I do absolutely recommend both. Please subscribe to my channel because I do often post different reviews and things like that. I also put out new content every Sunday with my Strategy Sunday videos. And so if you like to get little tidbits on positive things that you can do in your life, feel free to subscribe. And also comment below and let me know what your experience has been with the Owlet or the Angelcare, or if you have any questions. You know, I appreciate that. I'm happy to share what I know. Like I said, I don't like to get into unboxing and all that. It's like, whatever. Other people can do that. I'm just going to tell you what I think, and hopefully this will be of some use to you and some value. All right? Have a great day.